TimeRust.com proudly presents the Time Rust Brain Trust.
Hey everybody, and thank you for checking us out on the Time Rust Brain Trust podcast. We've got some really cool news.
Don't thank them at the beginning, because then they'll just turn it off. They'll be like, I've already been thanked. I'll see you guys next week.
This is what happens when you suck the fun out the room.
There's
No, because if you thank them now, you thank them in the middle, and you thank them at the end. It's a lot of thanking. Who doesn't like that?
Everyone.
And we want you to do this podcast because
you're spilling the gratification.
It's at your house.
You know who really likes to be thanked? This thankless piece of poo beside me. His name is Eli.
Eli, he's doing your intro. Easy.
He gets nothing.
Moving on. I was called a thankless piece of poop to his left, so I was not going to respond. I was taking the moral high ground.
What was that thing?
Good job for
What's
you,
that thing on South Park? It's Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo.
It's Eli Hanky the Christmas poo.
He loves me. And I love you. Therefore, vicariously, he loves you.
Now I'm just thinking of the times when he's like, like touching people in the face and leaving poop smears. So, to Eli's left is Steve.
What's up, Steve?
How's it going? That was, it's a new week, and that's also a disturbing visual that you were talking about. Can we move on? How's it going?
And to Steve's left is Mark.
What it is, folks.
And to Marquise's left is me, and I think we've proven that we have no order because there's nothing but chaos.
Because Eli said last week there was no more order. So
yeah, we're done with order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he also tries to get rid of wrestling, and that's not happening.
I'm
not the only one that tries to get rid of.
We're a 50-50 on that. So that.
Hey, you guys were late to
one of these days. One of these days, we're going to have a long discussion about wrestling
and why it's not good.
And we're going to make the whole episode dedicated to that, and then keep talking about wrestling the next week. Bam. So, Eli, what are you doing?
Well, for the last 2 hours, I have been playing Tiny Death Star because it literally just came out on the App Store. I've talked before about Tiny Tower and my obsession with that game. This is Star Wars themed Tiny Tower with new features. It has little cutscenes where Star Wars characters will come in and do something silly in one of your apartments, and you actually have missions this time that you get from the Emperor to do certain things. They've added a lot more fun. It has cool Star Wars music, which I will not play because it might get us in trouble.
Yeah, you think?
But
Disney.
Yeah, this it's been a lot of fun so far, and it will definitely occupy my checking my phone randomly obsession. So.
Hey,
that's really good.
Could you check your phone real quick?
I'm currently checking my phone while I talk on this podcast. I'm delivering people to different levels of the Death Star. I was playing. I also just finished downloading finally because I cleared up some space and deleted another game that I wasn't playing on my phone. Square Enix has a Vampire Hunter game out called Blood Mask, where you can take a picture of yourself and map it to the character in the game. That seemed really cool, so I wanted to try that out. I saw some people doing some pretty silly faces and silly characters with that, so I wanted to mess with that a little bit, and I literally just finished downloading that right before I got here. But I've been playing, I played a little Grand Theft Auto Online yesterday, just got in there and ran around and did some missions with some random people online, didn't have any friends online at the time to play with, so I was just doing some random missions. That game is super fun. They've cleared up a lot of the bugs, and now they have started delivering the stimulus package, 500,000 Grand Theft Auto bucks to everybody that played during the month of October while they were having all their issues. I have not received mine yet. As of yesterday when I played, I haven't got to check today, but I should be receiving it soon because they're just rolling that stuff out gradually. In increments of $250,000. So I'm going to wait until I get it all and buy the most expensive apartment in the game so that I don't have to save up and do that later. And I can just buy cool weapons and stuff with the rest of the money that I have. I've also been playing a little bit more Pokemon. I'm still way behind everybody else, and it's really disappointing me. I just haven't had as much time since I've started a new job full time now. I haven't had as much time to be riding around randomly in the car and waiting on people as I used to. So, and that's mainly when I would play my 3DS, is when I'm sitting around waiting on someone for something or riding in a car to go somewhere. Waiting. So, I mean, I'm a little disappointed that I'm behind on that, but while I'm sitting and waiting for BlizzCon to start tomorrow morning, I'll probably wake up in the morning and just, like, roll over and play Pokemon. Like, before I even get out of bed, I'll probably just roll over and open the 3DS and start playing.
Did you take a 3-day weekend off just to do that?
No, I moved I normally get 1 day a week off, like, because I work Saturdays in the morning, so I normally have 1 day a week randomly that I can take off whichever day I need. I just have to let them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. So I moved that day to Friday for the next 3 weeks because this weekend is BlizzCon. It starts at like 1 o'clock, and I wouldn't be out of work in time to see it. So I moved it to Friday this week, and then the week after this is PS4 launch, and then the week after that is Xbox One launch. And I want to have those days to like just go in the morning, pick up my console, and come home and just go nuts. Because it's been so long since a console came out, and I'm like a 5-year-old kid. So
yes.
But the little bit of Pokemon that I played is absolutely fantastic. I'm really enjoying the storyline in this one, even though it's the same kind of theme as every other Pokemon game ever, where you have evil corporation trying to do something evil. Little kid stops them by battling them with Pokemons. So I've been enjoying it, even though it's it's Pokemon. It's still fun.
The
still
Pokemans
entertains me. The new Pokemon that they've introduced are all pretty sweet. The only one that I've seen that's questionable so far is one that is literally a key ring with keys on it.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
That's stupid.
And that's kind of silly, but they justify it, and it makes it cooler because they say this Pokemon will not let go of the keys that it has. People often give it keys for like safes or vaults to keep them secure. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Well, every time I kill one, it lets go of all those keys.
Yeah, but people don't generally... You're not killing it, you're just making it faint.
Whatever. That's for kids.
Murder
Splattered it all over the walls with my fire Pokemon.
Pokemogeddon.
But that's the only questionable design that I've come across so far. Granted, I haven't beaten the game, so there's still a lot more for me to see. But
yes, there is.
That's the only one that's been questionable to me so far. I've just been like, oh, well, they do have a Pokemon that can turn into a washing machine or a fan. Rotom? Rotom can turn into like a fan or a washing machine or... Yeah, the game is still a lot of fun. I played the tiniest little bit of Arkham Origins. I've really got to get back to that. I do have good news. I was able to secure a collector's edition on Amazon, and it is on its way. So of Arkham Origins.
Didn't you already buy that?
I bought the game for PS3, but I'm just gonna I think I have a friend that's gonna buy it off of me. But I'll have the collector's edition, which has the sweet statue. I'll do an unboxing video, of course, for that. Because there's just so much stuff that comes in that thing. It begs for an unboxing video. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live blogging BlizzCon for the site. So look for that. That's going to be awesome. There's going to be some major announcements. They've already leaked a trailer for... the Diablo 3 expansion that was supposed to be unveiled tomorrow. It already leaked somehow, probably on purpose.
Yeah, Blizzard likes to do that. Like it's been
like leaked. The day before something. Like they like to leak something out the day before just to make sure everybody's hyped and ready for the next day. So I'll be watching that all weekend. Pretty excited to see Blink 182 is the concert. I always liked them when I was younger. And I still like, all the hits that they had. I still enjoy listening to those because they're just good songs. But I'm excited to see that. They always have a good concert. Like the last one that I watched was the Foo Fighters, and so that was perfect for me because that's like my favorite band.
The Foo was awesome, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
agreed.
I remember what was it? One of my favorite hits by Blink-182 is that one talking about spiderwebs. Always, was it? Sorry, I'm not home right now.
That's no doubt.
Yeah,
that's also one of my favorite groups, though. But that
What about the I'm Just a Girl in the World?
That's no doubt.
No
Also.
doubt.
Stop
No
it.
doubt is by far better than Blink-182.
I always kind of knew I'd end up
But,
your ex-girlfriend. That
that's-
also no doubt.
That's no doubt.
Dude,
Why?
it's kind of clear because No Doubt has a girl as a singer. Blink-182 has two guys,
I don't
even
know
though one
where- I don't
does
know
have
where
a
you're
very
going with
whiny
this.
voice.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah, where are you?
He's being Nathan. That's what he's going with this. That's why I dropped my cell phone on my
That's
phone
what I've been
with
doing.
anger
That's
in
what
it.
I will be doing
I'm Batman.
next.
Steve, what are you doing?
Well, I am currently playing the post game of Pokemon X. One
And
of
he
which
literally means currently.
I am at this moment very much playing this game. Literal. Yeah, kind of. Writing up a review for it will be coming soon.
Nice.
Pretty excited.
Do you know what today is, Steve?
Today's Thursday.
Do you know what today is?
No.
We are taping... Ooh, scheisse. We are taping right now on November 7th. Do you know what today is, Steve?
Oh. No.
In 7 days!
In 7 days. You're wearing the freaking hat.
Right.
Shame.
November 7th!
Not a true fan.
Oh, you shut your face.
One less!
Clearly not a true fan.
Anyway, I was too busy thinking of what team I'm going to crush Marquise with next. So,
Aww.
just kidding, Marquise.
The correct answer to that is whichever one I already crushed.
Oh, wow.
Rock, paper, poker, scissors.
So, aside from that, I've been playing a little bit of the World of Warcrafts. I found a really good transmog set for my warrior, and it looks awesome. Can't wait. Let's see. Finished up Chrome Shell Regulos, which was a good anime series. Watching Heaven's Lost Property, which was not what I thought it would be, and it's actually better that way. So,
Well, that's good.
yeah.
It's always good when something's better.
Well, it starts out where you think it's going to be one of those typical, slightly comedy-based, girl falls from the sky, magical powers type deal, but it ends up where there's a different layer of reality where a set of beings, like godlike beings, are kind of bored, and the girl that falls from the sky is a what they call it, I forgot they're called, angelos, and it's basically a artificially created angel that she's a weapon, and she destroyed the Tower of Babel and other things. She's just incredibly strong and destructive, and she wants to be different. So she arrives on Earth, and all of her memory and combat systems are blocked until like halfway through the anime. And she attaches herself to this.
Is it just an OVA, like 24, 25 episodes?
it's got a couple seasons.
Oh.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's still got its relatively perverted Japanese humor, but it's still, I find it funny. And it's well animated. The American voice cast is really good for once. It's Funimation, so it always is.
Yeah, Funimation is one of the few studios that usually does a pretty good job with the localization.
Another.
They have a good pool
They
of
have a
talent.
good pool of talent.
Yeah.
I say it's down in, it's like in the greater Dallas area.
Yeah, it's
something
in
like that.
it's in Texas.
Another good
somewhere.
anime I was.
Dallas or Fort Worth or something.
So I've been watching a little bit of anime,
Austin.
doing a little bit of
Oh, wait,
doodling.
is that on it's on Netflix?
Netflix.
Okay. It must be a new one because
Yeah, it's
Netflix has been pretty bad.
It's
Netflix
new.
has been like adding crazy stuff lately. Like they've been doing some.
I
work.
watched a Mothman documentary, and it was actually.
I watched that one.
It was Behind the Red Eyes. And
Yeah,
it was pretty
yeah.
cool.
I think my
it was
dad
very
saw that.
long and drawn out,
it was
but
pretty good.
it was basically the dude that wrote the book lived in Point Pleasant and stuff like that. And it explored the different angles and explanations thereof.
If you're ever on Sci-Fi and you see something called Mothman, do not watch it. It is not good.
Is that the one?
With
the really
prophecies?
No. Mothman Prophecies wasn't a
It
terrible
was pretty
movie.
good. The Mothman on Sci-Fi.
It was awful.
It was awful. Like he comes out of mirrors or something.
It was awful. It was the Mothman day. It
was so
bad.
Is that Mirrors 3?
No.
No?
It was
Okay.
Mothman. He like
They
crawled
made
out
it
of,
too.
like if he locked eyes with you, then he could enter the world and kill you real quick, and then go back into the mirrors.
Yeah, they ended up kidding. Anyway, that was a horrible
Bloody
movie. It wasn't. It was
Mary.
nowhere near as good as Sharknado.
which was an awesome movie.
I still haven't
Which
got
was
to
an amazing film.
I still haven't got to see it.
It's a tornado of sharks.
I keep forgetting to set my DVR to record it
Anyway.
whenever it's on.
It'll eventually hit Netflix, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But then I watched this other documentary about dinosaurs, about 2 or 3 of those actually.
Nice.
There's some really good ones on there. But aside from the drawing and the Warcraft and a little bit of Pokemons, I'm refining my second team. So I just caught the Mewtwo and
Nice.
found a place where they're offering Blastoise Night, which for 1 million credits, and I don't have a Blastoise, so I don't really care. But
For 1 million credits?
yeah.
Like, Pokebucks.
Yep.
Really?
Man.
Hey,
dumb.
I don't really care about
It shouldn't be
Blastoise
too hard to get in this game. Like, you get credits like what?
all the time.
Especially like end game. I'm sure they have a place where you can go get a ton of credits every day.
There's a casino
In
somewhere.
Black and White, they had this place by the beach where there was this whole family of people. You could battle each of them once a day, and each one would give you 10 grand
Neat.
every time you beat them. So you could go battle like 8 people every day and get like 80,000 every day.
Huh, I'll have to check on that. Because I've caught all the legendaries,
Yeah.
you know. And the only one I
Nice.
don't have is Articuno, and he's evading me currently. Every time I go to switch a Pokemon that's good against him, he bolts. So,
Well, he's supposed to bolt, what, like 13 times or something?
10 to 13 times.
Yeah.
Anyway, I finally finished Shelter again. That game was rough.
How many babies did you lose?
I lost 2 this playthrough.
No.
Chubbers 2.
Did
God.
you name them?
Chubbers too.
Chubbers.
That's so sad.
It was really sad. I lost one in a flood. It was awful.
Oh,
We
it
got across
flooded?
the river, and like he hadn't eaten for like 10 minutes, so he
Yeah.
was kind of low
Kinda
colored, so he
weak.
was slow.
Yeah.
He didn't get across the water quick enough, and it washed him away.
You know, it'd be more terrifying if you lost one to the flood, and the little like crawly things went over it and like ate its flesh, infected it, and they came at you and went.
And my badger
you
does
just went-
my badger does attack roll and grabs his shotgun and finishes them off.
Attack roll.
Anyway, aside from that, I just downloaded Tiny Death Star. Can't wait to play that game. I downloaded Plants vs Zombies 2.
Which is not good.
It's good, but I hate the pay to win aspect of it.
I lost interest after I got to the second world and got like halfway through the second world, and then I was like, man, I really want this power up. I can't get it. You have to buy it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
because
buy anything.
I played the first game and I used Torchwood all the time, and you have to buy it. It's like $4.
Yeah.
So
It's ridiculous.
I do like the Bop Choi and the better animations, and I mean the game is better than the original one. It's just the fact that it has a pay to win aspect really
Yeah.
makes it unhappy.
It really is pay to win, like, because the stuff that you get is really good for paying.
Oh yeah.
So playing PV, so it's out now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been out for a while.
But
That's still better than
yeah,
what was it, the auction house of Diablo 3?
which is being taken away.
Yeah, they took
Yeah.
it away.
Yeah.
I think it's already gone, isn't it? It was gone
It's
as of
gone.
November 1st or
because they
something.
basically people were just going to the auction house because the game's random loot tables are still
are bad.
awful.
And then they made all kind. I knew they were going to do this because when they made all the changes for the PS3 version to like have loot drop a lot more frequently because there's no auction house, I knew that they would eventually roll it into that because there was a lot of people that said, "Hey, can we at least have a mode where we elect to not be able, like from the beginning, not be able to access the auction house? And then if we like do that, can we?" And so there were a lot of people that were complaining and saying stuff like, "Oh man, PS3 gets to have all kinds of awesome loot drops. I just want loot to drop on my screen." There you go.
What I want,
Well, also
what I
on
wanted initially. I mean, like I'm
Yeah.
running around.
Yeah, PS3
with-
and 360.
Yeah, I'm running around on the computer with my barbarian. I'm in the middle of hell. I mean, not hell, but like
Inferno.
the Inferno difficulty. I've got really good gear, but every time something drops, it's 5 to 10 levels
garbage.
lower, and it's garbage. So I'm like, I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I can't even.
Like
use
most of the
that.
time, you are super lucky the way it was. If
Something
you
good
would
dropped.
if something good enough to sell would drop.
Like it would drop,
Like-
and you go, you know what? I really could have used that 15, 20 levels ago in the previous level of difficulty.
Yeah, but instead I'm going to sell it and get like maybe $1 million. Like if I'm lucky, if I get like something that's really awesome, I might get $1 million out of it, and then I can save up
the price
$100 million to buy something good.
The prices on the auction house were so ridiculous.
They were dumb.
Well, it's a player-driven economy, just like World of Warcraft. They get a hold of something like. Things are more reasonable now in Warcraft because of dailies. Like in Mists of Pandaria.
I've never had a problem. Like I've never had a problem having money to do stuff in World of Warcraft.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
money has never been an issue.
I just maxed out the Serpent Rider, so I can now use my my Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent, and it looks amazing.
Nice.
It's just
that's so cool that you got that. That's super awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing is picking rares and going for specific things, which is what I'm doing in Warcraft now, as opposed to making myself hate myself for waiting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Marquise.
That's the best way to play that game.
Well, of course it is.
What are you doing, Marquise?
So, like Steve, I am currently in the after effect of Pokemon X.
Oh my goodness.
I recently just got schooled by Articuno and Mewtwo, so I had to go get
Have
strong
faith,
Pokemon
man. Be strong.
and get more Ultra Balls because I want to catch both.
Yeah. Buy them ultras.
By the Ultras, yeah.
Get them sporting like
Quick balls.
Quick balls are not good.
Quick balls are amazing.
I've been playing Arkham City.
How is Arkham City?
Oh, fun. I love
This is
Arkham
the first
City.
time. Yeah, well, this is
I
not the
love
first time
Arkham
you
City.
play
So I'm just going through right now. I'm not even doing main quest right now. I'm just going through doing Riddler puzzles and beating up bad guys, and that's just enough for me.
What? No, they're good in City.
They're good in City.
I know they're good in City, but like in the previous game,
They were okay in that one too because it was cool trying to line up the thing.
The only thing I really enjoyed was the audio clip of them apprehending the Riddler. Made me laugh.
Yeah, it was good.
I wish they were.
Oh, and
Asylum.
City is so much better when you get to actually you get punched him in the face.
Yeah, he's like, what's going on?
Good stuff.
That's what I said.
I can't wait to see the interaction with him in Origins. It's gonna be good.
I heard.
Yeah, I heard it's good.
I heard the Origins is quite the good game.
Let's see. Playing some Minecraft.
Nice.
Minecraft. That's new.
We're mining some stuff and playing some Minecraft.
It's random.
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, you know what, Minecraft. I played Halo 3 a little bit this week, but
I'll get back into Minecraft when the Xbox One version comes out.
Yeah, so I'm going to trade a lot of games now and get I'm getting Marvel Superheroes Lego. So
nice.
So we have to pick it for Time Rush Tuesday one of these days.
Yeah,
we'll be playing some.
I'm excited to play that game. It's been getting amazing reviews.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing reviews.
So I'm trading in a whole stack of games, and I get paid next week. So it's gonna be awesome.
Trading in a whole stack of games.
I was debating to getting that on the Xbox One. I thought I don't know if I'll really want to play that over blah 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 game. So I just been debating it. Looks fun though.
It looks fun.
Good.
It looks really good.
It's not your kind
huge.
of thing.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, no, I mean I own Lego games.
I know,
but
they're really not your kind of thing though.
They're cutesy. The story would be cutesy, but yeah,
they're fun.
I like the fun aspect. I like having the multiple different players.
That's why they're not your thing.
I have a Kinect, thank you.
Let's see what else have we done.
Yeah, but that's not fun. So that's right up your alley.
It is fun.
I watched the epic rap battles of history this week. They did
so good.
Miley Cyrus versus Joan of Arc.
Who won that?
I think Joan of Arc won that one.
I hate Miley Cyrus so much. I don't even want to watch that.
Well, they were saying, Nice Peter was saying that they were looking for someone topical to fight against Joan of Arc, and they couldn't think of anything.
Oh yeah.
And Miley Cyrus came up right around that time. So, I also watched Superpower Beatdown by Bat and the Sun, and this month was Scorpion versus the White Ranger.
They actually had Jason David Frank on there to debate it.
He was the White Ranger too.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. White Ranger, it was amazing. The special effects were pretty cool, and the fight choreography was nice. I enjoyed it. Let's see. I haven't been doing too much. Just trying to
Superhero Beatdown.
Yeah, it's an awesome thing. Still reading the House of Hades, Percy Jackson book.
Reading. I read some comic books.
What'd you read?
I read
It doesn't matter what
it doesn't
you read.
matter.
No,
it really doesn't. I can't even
to.
remember. I read like 3 books though.
Oh, what'd you read? I want to know.
I read Batman 66 numbers 3 and 4.
Okay.
Those books are fun, and I read the newest issue of Batman Superman.
Nice.
It was good. I like what they're doing with that stuff. It looks cool. I'm excited for the next issue. It was like they get sucked into like a video game or something. I don't know.
Sounds like a plan to me.
That sounds.
Or they're playing like some gamer is controlling. I don't know, something weird.
I've been
Sorry to interrupt, but
No,
you
you're fine.
triggered. I remembered
Might just
that
be a
I read some
supervillain named Arcade. Even he's from the
No,
Marvel universe.
that's
No, you're fired.
No.
Oh man, I brought up a random.
They cross universes, but not to Marvel.
Hate you.
I've
You
been watching some. I've been watching some.
You are very unforgiving, Nate.
I watched some Codename Kids Next Door today.
Nice.
I love that show.
Operation Zero, the movie was on.
Oh,
It was
wow.
a good movie.
That was a very good movie. And
That was a great show.
that was a great show.
It was good.
Can I have a nigga? So good.
Kids Next Door battle station.
See that? It makes me sad that they got rid of that show.
I mean, they had to eventually.
Yeah, to put that new Batman show on.
You know the show that makes me sad that they got rid of?
Ed, and Eddie.
No, I hated that show.
I love that.
I didn't
That
like
show is
Damn.
awful and
like
dumb.
that
It's like watching SpongeBob for my... Anyway, actually, I was sad when they got rid of Chowder. That show was
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Chowder was pretty good.
I was sad when Johnny Bravo went away.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Bravo's good
Uh,
stuff.
Dude,
Johnny Bravo.
It's on Boomerang now.
it is.
I know
The Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, all those
Dexter's
good
Lab.
the original Dexter's Laboratory before they got the different voice actors and tried to resurrect them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, side note: this
Samurai
past weekend at Kamikaze, Stanley's Kamikaze in L.A., they had a special panel, and guess who they reunited? The cast of the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh nice.
So good.
So that was pretty awesome. I
Yeah,
just
that's
looked it out there.
I really enjoyed that show. It was funny.
Yeah. But again,
It was great.
watch Operation Zero, which is an awesome movie. We Are Kids Next Door. I love that line.
One
I will
line.
crush
One
them.
line, dude. That was amazing.
5 words.
Number one is my favorite Kids Next Door member. So yeah, not Uno's the best. But that's pretty much what I've been doing. Haven't been doing too much.
I love how he's got a British accent, but his last name is Uno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love number 4 too because number 4 is Australian and he's awesome.
His name's Wallaby. So good.
That show was really well made. It's very. They had a lot of creative.
That's
juices
back when
flowing.
Cartoon Network was creative.
Was good.
Yeah.
And before they started just destroying things.
and putting stuff out there
Like
that
I haven't
tastes
seen
like crap.
I haven't seen any Ben 10 Omniverse new episodes for a
I
long
think
time.
Ben 10 Omniverse got canceled and they just don't want to talk
That makes
about
me
it.
sad. I like that show.
The show was all right.
They're going to show reruns of Beyblade, Metal Fury, and the new Beyblades.
At least it's not new episodes of Bakugan.
And then they're going to show us Teen Titans Go because they're going to show that down our throats.
Yeah, they
The
are.
show's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bad isn't
I,
awful, not bad isn't awesome.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I did watch the new TMNT though. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The second season's
I do
pretty good.
like it. The
That's
second
on Nickelodeon. Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Nickelodeon's got a slightly better skew of
I'm waiting for
cartoons.
I'm waiting for the next book of Korra, excuse me.
Korra.
Dude, Korra's
I've been
getting good.
watching that.
Korra's
Legend of
getting
Korra
good.
book 2 is gonna be so good. The Book of Spirits is gonna be awesome.
It's awesome. Where
Yeah.
you been? Like it
Started.
is started.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
they're in season 2 now.
they're in book
that's
2.
book
They're in
two.
book
Was
two.
it?
I don't
Well,
have,
no,
they,
but-
they don't
call
have
them
the
books.
cables, so I'm gonna have to
No, book-
watch it.
Oh, okay.
when
They call
it's
them books.
available
Their
on
seasons are
streaming
called
service.
books.
Yeah, they're called books.
Well, no, like
Yeah,
I
like
thought
Avatar.
book 2 was part of season 1.
No.
No,
No,
They
because
call
I've
their
been
seasons
watching
books.
it.
their seasons are called books. If you
Well,
watch
the thing with the Civil War, is that season 1 or season 2?
That's season 1.
Well, it said book 2 on it when I watched it.
no, it's continuing. Book 2, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And book 2, Spirits, pick up what's still left off in season 1, basically. And,
Yeah,
and the
she's-
Civil War
I've
stuff is
always
still
been-
going on.
She's in the South Pole training with her uncle, I believe.
Yeah, and so.
So
He's
good.
a jerk.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Coco.
Nathan, Andy.
Yo, what are you doing?
Let's
Nathan,
see.
what are you doing, Nathan?
What are you doing?
Not being Batman. I watched Arrow last night and it was amazing.
I
I did not watch Arrow.
I'm caught up on Arrow, except for last night, and
I
I'm pretty
will not.
excited.
can I drop some knowledge? Is that okay?
Drop some
all the
knowledge.
knowledge.
Enlighten me, my friend.
I don't even know. Like
Give
I
me
know,
more reasons not to watch it.
Black Canary.
Yeah.
is now like, well,
Marquise can't even show his face.
for a minute, for a moment,
believe it.
she stayed in Ollie's mansion and kind of, was starting to live like a normal person.
And then something happened.
Ninja Assassin busts through the window, tries to kill the both of them.
Not a very good ninja.
Guess what he's dressed up like?
Batman.
Merlin.
Ooh.
Do you know why?
Because it's Merlin?
No. Because Merlin was part of the League of Assassins.
Alright.
And that's not the cool stuff, because they're building upon all that. Ra's al Ghul's in this universe.
I want to see Deathstroke.
Raish?
That means we'll never see him, but we will hear of Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to. If Rachel goes alive in this universe, they can even say this is the Batman Begins universe where Batman died at the end, and there's a nice time.
So obnoxious.
This would be around the Batman Begins time, I would say, or maybe before it. I don't know. Anyways, it was really good last night. I was cheering and stuff, and she whooped some butt. The actress they got to be, the other
Yep.
Lance girl. It's quite awesome.
So good.
Katie Leutz.
I enjoy this show.
Leutz. She's great.
So what's going to happen during Sweeps Week? What's going to happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Sweeps Week is coming. So
Well, I just watched S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that show is making me go to sleep a lot because it's a fun, family-friendly show.
That girl, the
Which is
hacker
sad.
girl, is super annoying.
I think
she's a little annoying.
They're
trying too hard.
I think that's
She needs to go away.
That's the sad part is the fact that it's on, what is it, ABC? Mm-hmm. It's on the Disney
At 8
Channel.
o'clock.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock. And what it should be is, like...
It should be on the Disney Channel, ABC, which is fine.
I
But it should be on at 10 o'clock, and it should be better.
I
not have
think
that girl be
I know that they're looking for the demographic and they're writing so that they can reach a bigger target audience. But specifically, as a person that is interested in this show, I would like them to tackle it in a different way that is more.
I would just like them to write that one
alley.
character different.
that's why Netflix is going to destroy all with.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
with their special projects.
We'll talk about that here in a moment.
It makes is it watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in certain points kind of made me miss Alphas.
Alphas was such a good show.
It's got
was really smartly
little
written.
vibes of that. It's got
It's pretty smartly written.
Well,
Agents
it's
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think
But-
Shield needs. I think they need a superpower.
a real superpower.
They need
need
some real. They need some names.
Yeah,
they need to drop a name
But
that I
there's a
recognize.
reason why they don't have any names on there.
Because
and
they're busy serving the world.
We're going to talk about that
Because
in the news.
Because Kobe Smothers is on high. I should have met your mother, and she can't get out her contract for nothing.
No, I was talking about superheroes.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, it's the last season, so next season she'll be on it. Thank goodness.
hopefully.
I just want a
better.
superhero that I recognize.
Yeah, exactly. But they had, what else?
They should have the Panther on that show.
Dude,
I
that would be
played-
amazing.
Because he doesn't have a superpower that would require amazing special effects.
Exactly.
You just need someone
He's
that knows
smart.
really awesome
And that
martial
can-
arts and is very smart.
Michael Jai White. He is the perfect Black Panther.
He could be he'd be a great Black Panther. But there are a lot of candidates for Black Panther, especially nowadays with a lot of African American actors. But
Oh, I know. It's just that he is so... I don't want to say it too, he's a bad man. Michael Jai White,
Yeah.
he could probably beat us all up in about a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because he's Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
Let's see what
TV's
else.
Urkel. No, that's not him.
No,
That's Jaleel.
Jaleel. That was terrible. That was so bad. I'm going to be that little kid.
That's racist.
Why did you do that?
I tap. There it is. I tap.
I can't have Sonic the Hedgehog on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
We couldn't go a half hour without Marquis tapping.
So, yeah. Huzzah.
What else you been doing, Nate?
Wow.
I got confused.
What about Kimbo Slice?
I got confused. I thought it was.
Anyways,
Is it? It's
nope,
Jal-
don't care.
Is it
He'd
Jaleel
be a good
White?
actually be a good
Nice.
character.
It's Jaleel White, isn't it?
He'd be one?
Yeah.
That's
He'd be a
why I
good
got
character.
confused.
in that universe, in that Wakanda
The whole
universe.
ever since you said that, I was just trying. I was like,
something. I would like
Nah,
to
you
I was like, how is the guy that played Urkel gonna?
It's Black Dynamite.
Oh, okay.
He also played Spawn,
Yeah, but
Oh,
don't
yeah.
talk about
and
that.
he's currently got a run on Arrow too.
Okay. Now I know. Now I know who you're talking
Dude
about,
with
and I'm
claws?
back. On
Yeah,
board.
I mean, like he is, but he's not like.
So I was
He's
confused.
flunky
They have
number
him-
dude with claws.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
just thinking
I think
Jaleel
he's gonna
White
come
the whole
back in like a big way, and he just hasn't.
Yeah, it's just I think he could. Yeah, he if I had to do, I'd vote him in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought this was interesting news, but it was part of what I watched too. I was watching New Girl, and they brought Coach back, played
good
by
show.
Damon Wayans Jr. He
Really?
was in the pilot. Here's why. His show got canceled. And then I thought, well, heck, let's just leave him on for, instead of 4 episodes, the rest of the season. Okay, sounds good. So he's just going to be on the rest of the season.
So how's this working out? Because you got Coach and you got Winston and Schmidt.
Yeah.
Are they all living in the house now?
And Nick
Or all living in the house?
and Jess. No. They're not, well, the apartment.
Schmidt moved out though.
Schmidt moved out.
To across the hall.
Yeah, he's at the end of the hall, on the other side of the elevator.
He acts
And
like
it's
he's
huge.
moving. He was moving to like a foreign country, and he just like walks across the hall and shuts the door.
Yeah, he walked in front of the elevator, looked at the elevator for a second, and he had his bags and stuff like pulling behind him. He looks at the elevator, and then he just turns to the right and keeps walking, and then goes into the room.
So basically, so him moving gives him another set piece.
Yeah,
They can go to his apartment now and chill at his apartment, and until allows Coach to come back for the rest of the season.
exactly. And you know, if they're working on a pilot for him for Fox, and if it doesn't work out, then well, he'll just go back to
It
New
wouldn't,
Girl.
it wouldn't be
Speaking
bad.
of television shows on Fox, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing I watched. One of the other things I watched. Brooklyn Nine-Nine this week was amazing. Did you watch this week's?
I didn't get to see this week's yet.
This
I'm
week's was
like
good.
2 weeks behind still.
It's
But
it's
that
such a
show
good
is
show.
amazing.
It's one of the best.
Andy Samberg is hilarious.
That's not me. Actually,
That was Marquise.
Marquise!
What does it mean? Mine says muted.
Mine's
Sorry.
muted.
Someone talking must have a similar voice and trying to command my phone to do things.
Okay.
Do things, phone.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the best new comedy of the season. I am going to say it. I
Yeah,
like it.
I agree.
I do like the Michael J. Fox show, but
Yeah, it's
I
good.
really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine better. It's a sillier ensemble. Terry
Doesn't
Crews is great.
the Michael J.
Andre
Fox
Braugher
show has
is
a laugh
great.
track, doesn't it?
Really?
I didn't think it did.
Or am I thinking Sean Saves the World?
You know,
Sean
Sean
Saint
Little probably has it, but
Which is
yeah,
not that- it's alright. But.
It was alright,
it's-
but not that great.
Oh, and watch newest Grimm. Grimm's getting really good, but they're going to move back to the Monster of the Week formula for a while.
Yeah,
But
I'm
that's
gonna wait
fine.
until I'm gonna watch. Is season
they're gonna
2
go back
on
to the
Netflix
Monsters of the-
now?
They're gonna go back to the Monsters of the Week single shot episode type stuff.
Well, I mean, there's an
yeah.
overarching story.
Well, I know
Yeah.
it's like that's one of the best things about Supernatural. Some of the standalone episodes are some of the best in the series.
Yeah, like the one I started watching but had trouble finishing was this week's. It's was it Dean Dog Days or something like that, where there's a demon thing killing people. It takes on the forms of whatever animal it eats, and a dog saw it, and so they found this Inuit spell to make Dean communicate with the dog. Then he started taking on the personalities of a dog, and it's funny and stupid. So I'm having trouble watching it because it's entertaining, but it's also so goofy at times. I'm like,
See, I like that. Jensen Ackles is actually quite a good actor.
I think he's like, this is my show, and I'll do what I want.
The episode where he's cursed to lose his courage was a really good episode, where they play Eye of the Tiger, and they have that that gag reel where he's lip syncing to the song and dancing around. Is so awesome.
He used to date some actor or a model that's on Real Housewives of Miami or something.
Ew.
Well, she's really pretty, but
Doesn't
I thought
matter
it
how
was
pretty
funny.
she is. That's awful.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah, and the stuff that she says is awful, and she makes my life awful. But I'm trying to think what else. I played a new game on my Android device. Some like weird what are those games? Snake. That's what it was. Snake ripoff called Nimble Quest.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's good. I played that a long time ago.
I got it for free. I was like, I'll try this.
It's not
one.
bad.
No, it's not bad. It's different.
It's an interesting concept.
It really is. It's not horrible. Something you can play on the toilet. So,
Wow.
But I enjoyed it. I was gonna watch White House Down, but I just couldn't work up the care. And watched Blacklist this week and Castle. Castle was pretty good. I thought it was a good episode because it had the actress Molly C. Quinn, whatever, really, be kind of a jerk to Castle. Then they had like a moment, throughout the episode because it's about her wanting to save a guy that's on death row. And I enjoyed it. Blacklist is still amazing. That show just keeps getting better and better. If you're not watching it, you should be watching it because it's nothing but intense action with crazy plots and a lot of I don't know what's going on. So,
Awesome.
Marquise is getting ready to, I don't know, I can't really say on air, but involves very, very happiness. So let's
Calm yourself there, sir.
To the Netflix Gem of the Week with Eli.
All right, guys, the Netflix Gem of the Week this week is... You ready for it? Comic Book Man.
It's a good one.
I don't know if everybody here has been watching that at all, but there are 2 seasons available on Netflix. This show, it follows the guys that work at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash in Jersey, and it's all about comic books. It's like your what is it? Auction hunters, or like it's those kind of shows where like you see people Pawn Stars and that kind of thing, where people bring in items, they talk about them, and they say, oh well, they get a guy come in and have it appraised, but it's comic books. So it's something that, if you're listening to this podcast, you'd probably be more interested in than somebody bringing in a World War II helmet. But Kevin Smith, it's based off their podcast that they do, Comic Book Men. And so Kevin Smith's on there every week, leading the whole thing and talking about it. And they're talking about what they were up to at the shop, or like interesting things that happened. For example, some guy brought a 1966 Batmobile, and they cruised around in it for a little while and had a good time with that. There have been people that brought in like original drawings of pages by Jack Kirby to sell to him, and just really cool stuff. I've been having a lot of fun watching it. The characters are all really funny. Like all the people on there are really good. It's just a really interesting show about comic books and comic culture. Fun. It's just fun.
I do
watch
like the
it.
show.
The first season is hour-long episodes, and then the second season, I believe, they switched to a half-hour format, which is kind of weird, but still good.
Well, they switched to a half-hour format. That way they can get Talking Dead in.
Which is now an hour.
Yeah.
I don't...
Can I just say
Does not need to be.
Unless for someday in the future that we work for Chris Hardwick, I'm sick of Chris Hardwick.
It's fine that they switched to a half-hour format, though, because when you're watching on Netflix, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you just watch it.
You just keep watching it straight through, and there's more episodes in the second season. There's only 6 in the first season, but now in the second one, there's 16 available on there. So there's way more in the second season, even though they're shorter episodes. So it equals out, and it ends up being about the same thing anyway.
I just couldn't get into it. I felt it was a little forced and watered down. I don't like Pawn Stars though, or Antique Roadshow. So
yeah,
those
it scratches that kind of itch, but it has something that
it tries
our audience would be more interested in.
Oh, I'm sure there's people that are like, oh yeah, I love that show, but also we've said before, I hate Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I've had. Well, I mean, it's nothing like Big Bang Theory.
I feel like it's a little
like saying that is.
It's a
not
little
fair.
forced. It's
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. It's the forcedness of it. It's just a little forced. I'm not saying it's as bad as that, but it's a little forced. They may be better now. Maybe it was better than the first season.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
They changed the format a little bit in the second season.
They would have to, because I was like,
Yeah, you might check the second season because it moves along a little better. They took out some of the unnecessary stuff.
There's a lot. I couldn't make it through a full hour.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's fun, and that's the Netflix Gem of the Week, or the Ngatwa, as we like to call it.
let's go down to the movies, and then we're gonna hit up some new releases, and then we'll start hitting up news because we got a lot of news.
Yeah,
on
we
the
do have a lot of
TV
news.
front.
I got some comic book news too, actually, which is pretty awesome. So, but yeah.
What you got there, Marquise?
Well,
Releases.
we're gonna do releases first because my comic book news.
Top 10.
The top 10. Number 1, Ender's Game, with $27 million.
That's nice.
Number 2 is Bad Grandpa with $20 million. Number 3 is Las Vegas, starring Morgan Freeman, Kevin Kline, Robert De Niro, and Michael Douglas. And that came in at $16.3 million. And side note, did you see them on the Today Show the other day?
No.
Nope.
The 4 of them had to do an hour segment on the Today Show, and they looked so bored. The entire segment, it was ridiculous funny to watch them.
Today's show, I'd be bored to tears.
They was like old cranky people. It was the best. Anyway.
They're like, I had to get up for this.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like, they had to get up and do this crap for an hour.
I'm willing to bet Kevin Kline was like, I had to leave my 2 hot brides in bed for this. No, thank you.
Wait, what?
Kevin Kline's a pimp.
Okay, anyway. Number 4 is Freebirds with $15.8 million.
Freebird.
Number 5 is Gravity with $17.8 million. Wow, the top 5 is all in double digits. Is pretty impressive for the fall.
It's cold out.
Yeah, well, number 6 is Captain Phillips with $8.4 million. Number 7 is 12 Years a Slave with $4.7 million.
Did you say 12 Years of Slade?
12 Years a Slave.
I heard that's amazing, but also really hard to watch.
It's a movie about a guy, a man who was born in freedom, and he was kidnapped and put into slavery, and he's got to fight his way out of slavery.
Like, he had a family and everything.
Yeah, and someone kidnapped him and dropped him into slavery. Yeah.
It's harsh.
Number 8 was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 with $4.1 million. Number 9 was The Counselor with $3.3 million. And rounding out the top 10 was Carrie with $3.2 million.
I just want to say that I went to go see Ender's Game, and it was fantastic. And I tried to do the review 3 times and kept having technical issues. I'm going to try one more time before I kill myself.
Video review?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what we should do? You should review that game that movie at the same time that I'm reviewing Bender's Game. We should just have dueling reviews.
And see which one's better. I already know which one.
Dude, I watched Bender's Game. It's good. Ender's Game, though, is so good. It was just... If you're into... I don't know.
Cool space stuff.
Cool space stuff. If you
read the book.
If you miss the feeling of Harry Potter.
If you miss the feeling of Harrison Ford being in a good movie.
Dude, Harrison Ford's great in this. Also Butterfield, the kid from...
Is that the movie with the monster that attacks the city?
You mean Cloverfield?
No.
Butterfield.
No.
Why would you
completely at the Iowa State Fair.
Why wouldn't you
It's a found-footage shaky cam movie about a butter sculpture.
Wait, wasn't that the one with Jennifer... I can't remember her name now.
Lopez?
Olivia Wilde and Jennifer Garner. Actually, there was a movie called Butter. That's why I was going with that.
Was it the Paula Deen story?
No.
Yes!
That was just what came back when they did her blood panel.
Butter came back.
I thought it
They
came
just
back
said
with
butter.
just said diabetes.
She got the sugars. So...
And she apparently got canceled, too.
Yeah, for being a horrible person.
Anyway.
She wasn't a horrible person.
She wasn't a horrible person.
The situation she was in, of
Which
course...
one?
This one. Of course, I'd say the same thing. The situation she was in... The way she had... Anyway.
The way she lived her life. Anyways, so...
Coming from the gentleman of color on our panel... That's gotta say a lot.
I forgive her for her stupidity and ignorance.
Yeah, she's human. Huh? She's an old
makes
white woman from the South. Come
She
on,
makes
now.
delicious food.
She's an old white woman from Georgia.
she's
Come on now, let's be real. They should have known better. Should have known she was going to just...
So you're saying let's call a spade a spade?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does anyone know the origin of that?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, I know where that comes from.
Yeah,
We're just gonna pass it.
I'm rolling past it with the wind right now. I'm forgiving, like just
You're like, if I can forgive,
I can forgive Paula Dane.
if you can forgive Butterblood, you can forgive. Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Hear about what?
So let's talk about some
New releases.
Then we have a lot of comic/movie news. So
All right, guys. Big releases are upon us.
What you got for me?
Need for Speed Rivals comes out Tuesday.
What's that?
The PS4 and the Xbox One versions will also be out Tuesday, I believe, so you can purchase them early. But that's the new Need for Speed game. Looks pretty good. I always enjoy Need for Speed game. They're always good.
This is how far.
Diggs Nightcrawler for PS3. I'm not really familiar with that one. I'm gonna have to look at that. NBA 2K14 for PS4 and Xbox One comes out. You can buy it early. Madden NFL 25 comes out for Xbox One and PS4. You can buy it early. FIFA 14 comes out for Xbox One and PS4. You can buy it early. Just Dance 2014 comes out for PS4 and Xbox One. You can buy it early. The new Ratchet and Clank game, Into the Nexus, comes out for PS3.
So good.
It's only going to be like $30, I think.
I know. Isn't it going to be downloadable?
Yeah, it should be day one downloadable, I believe. They've been doing that with all their stuff.
what'd you think of?
I don't have any room to download it onto my console. It's completely full.
Did you guys see that Call of Duty Ghosts was a day one downloadable?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I mean, it should be.
I wish I
hear
cared about.
supposedly it made $1 billion already.
No, it
What?
did not. It did not.
I said supposedly, so it wasn't.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
someone
believe
somewhere
it.
was like, it made $1 billion.
I don't believe it got anywhere
Statistically.
close to Grand Theft Auto numbers.
I heard that on the machinima.
You know my thoughts on them.
I'm not sure.
Why
I'll
did
look it
you
up.
bring that name up in this house?
Because it's
Because
a household
it's-
name and it's got credibility.
Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition, a bit soon, I think.
What's the Ultimate Edition?
It
the
has
DLC.
all the DLC.
Did
and all the patches.
Have
It's
they
gonna be like
announced
20
any
bucks.
additional DLC?
No,
No, they haven't.
It's probably done.
It's probably done with DLC since they have the Ultimate. But this is available for PS4, so I mean,
Does it have Freddy Krueger?
and Vita.
Why do you need
no.
Stop it. Freddy Krueger was a dumb idea.
Wonder Book, Book of Potions. Wonder Book, Walking with Dinosaurs. And XCOM, Enemy Within for PS3.
I kind of want to play that.
Chivalry, Deadliest Warrior Edition comes out for PC. You can pick up, of course, Knack will be out on the 15th. That's the launch PS4 game that I'll be picking up next week.
Cool.
Killzone Shadowfall,
I want to play that so bad.
I was actually quite
War
fascinated
Thunder
by that.
for PS4. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like it's a World War II fighting pilot game or something. Deadfall Adventures for PC, X Rebirth, Minecraft for PS4 comes out on launch day apparently.
Nice.
Resogun, which is what I'm excited to play. It's one of the free games I'll get with PlayStation Plus. Also, Dive Kick is available for PS4.
Dive kick.
Yep. Warframe will be available for PS1 or PS4 as a free-to-play game. Skylanders Swap Force comes out for PS4 and Xbox One, so I'll have to pick that up too.
I gotta keep buying
I gotta keep buying the games. Tiny Brains for PS3 Network, PS4, and PC. Flower is getting re-released for PS4 and the Vita. Sound Shapes will be coming to PS4. Super Motherload, whatever that is, for PS4. Contrast, one of the other free PlayStation Plus games available at launch. It's also coming to Xbox Game Store, which I think is the PC digital marketplace. I think.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know if that means it's going to be available for Xbox One or not. Lego Marvel Superheroes for PS4, DC Universe Online as a free-to-play for PS4, Trine 2 for PS4, Blacklight Retribution for PS4. So,
Blacklight Retribution was a good game.
yeah.
They're really counting on the downloadable titles for PS4.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You get a massive hard drive and
well, here,
for the
let
launch.
me dwindle the size of that massive hard drive real quick. Each game has a 40 to 50 megabyte or 40 to 50 gigabyte mandatory install.
That's kind of lame.
Yo, that's,
Sorry, but
So guess what? You're going to install 10 games
and
be full.
what were we talking about 2 weeks ago? What did I say? You cannot
Right?
use
Is that
10
math sound? 10, approximately 10 games?
50. You said
I've
40
got a
to
lot-
50.
See,
40 to 50.
for install.
Then,
Yeah,
that's 10.
So
you can
that's
10 games.
about 10 games.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
At least
I've got a launch. I've got a. What,
so guess what, guys? Plan on buying extra hard drives.
Wait, but you can't.
You can't buy external ones though. You got to replace the internal one.
So you're going to be.
So it's going to be like
swapping
1
hard
terabyte,
drives.
2 terabyte, maybe.
or you could just
To double or
delete
quadruple
the, games
the
that
amount
you're
of
not
games?
playing right now and download them again later.
Yeah, because that's
or
fun.
Not.
Or because proper management of your file space, deleting of old hardware that's not used is just a part of upkeep and playing the game, man.
I have every game that I own for PC installed on my PC right now.
I gotta take this.
All right. Yeah, and with me with the PC,
Hey, Dad.
got really quiet.
yeah.
But
So no, all right. That's why we're talking. You know, you can't.
with the PC, it's so much easier to upgrade like stuff. Like you can add a hard drive without like taking out your old one.
Yeah, especially with USB 3
Yeah.
now being.
You
the
would have thought
thing.
that you know how I feel about this situation, but you'd have thought they'd have came out with a solution by now, or it's really why would you have so much for install space? I mean,
Well, really,
Because
they need it.
you need it. You have to have that stuff on the hard drive for it to read it at a faster speed than what it can pull from the disk.
Well, I felt like that was something that did really have to have like 40 or 50 gigs because they're Blu-rays.
Yes.
What's left on the Blu-ray? I mean, the Blu-ray itself's like 50 gigs at most.
Yeah, most like Killzone Shadowfall. I think
Yeah.
they said they squished it down to like 49 gigs. It could have been 200 and some gigs is what they were looking at originally. I think, or like way more than that. Like maybe 1,000. Like
Yeah,
maybe a terabyte
maybe
or
we're at the point where occasionally we're gonna need just like you buy a hard drive and it's got a game on it. You know, like here's a terabyte hard drive. Here's the game. The whole
think
thing.
that is probably like a good way to go at some point.
The game costs $100.
Yeah, but then each game costs $100, and they're not trying to make that kind of leap yet. They
I
wanted to
know.
keep it at $60 because people were going to freak out.
Yeah, this isn't 1995.
This is not. It's not. We're not buying
isn't
cartridges
Nintendo
here.
64.
Stuff is dirt cheap to manufacture. Well, I mean, manufacture the actual physical disc, like not
Yeah.
dirt cheap to manufacture the game. That stuff is only going up.
Yes. Well, in some cases.
But
for the AAA titles.
For meaningful game, for like super meaningful big games.
Big teams.
Yeah, it's going up. But there's got to be something better because like I struggled last generation with storage space because I never got a new console. Like I just had
Dude, it
my
was
launch
brutal
console
on
the whole
you.
time. I only had 20 gigs to play with, and then I had to expand and have two 32 gig. Finally, when they upped it to 32 gig, I was able to add that in time to play Grand Theft Auto.
Dude, alright, this is what's going to kill you right here. I don't buy as many games as you.
Yeah,
And I buy a lot of the
by this time next
downloaded
year.
games.
Yeah,
I have a 320 gig hard drive.
yeah.
I have to delete stuff.
Yeah. By this
Because-
time next
yeah.
year, I'm going to have to be looking into figuring out a different storage solution. Because
Yes.
I'm sure by this time next year, I'll probably have 10 games.
Yeah.
Also, how are you going to get your stuff from point A to point B? You're going to have to do a giant cloud download because they're not
I
going
don't
to
even
have
know.
they're not going to have a swap option like the Xbox had.
Yeah.
So
You'll just have to, like, I guess you'll, well, I mean, I'm going to have PS Plus, so I'll have a gig of storage for save files there.
Okay,
So that's
so
not going to be a problem to transfer the save files.
Your save files.
Everything
1
else I'll
gig.
just have to re-download.
Yeah, you have to re-download.
And reinstall.
500
Because I'm not buying.
gigs.
If I have to keep hot swapping games in and out, there's no way I'm buying a downloadable title and downloading 49 gigs every time I need to swap something in or out.
Yeah,
like
so-
I'm gonna have the disc and install it because it'll be quicker doing that
Exactly.
than downloading.
The only time you'd really want to do that is if, it's a situation where you had to have that game at 12:01, or they would let you do pre-install so you could play it at 12,
Yeah.
or
And they did
it's a game that didn't come to
pre-downloads
America.
with Grand Theft Auto 5. They
Yep.
did a pre-download. You were able to start downloading it 48 hours in advance. so that you would be ready to play, and it would just download a small activation key at midnight or whatever.
Which, is a good idea.
And it worked out.
And a lot of games are doing the pre-downloads.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
It's huge on Steam. Steam does it all the time. You can pre-install and play when it's available.
But yeah, I know.
But it's just hearing that is killing me because I know I'm going to have 10 games probably soon, and then I'm already then I'm going to be in a place where, all right, I guess, I'll have to, next time I want to play this, I got to make sure I have an hour to let this install.
So does the PS3 have USB 3 on it? Do you know?
I don't know what USB either of those consoles are using.
Because
I would imagine the Xbox is using it USB 3 because they're pushing bandwidth with the Kinect, and that's basically a USB connection.
Yeah,
it's like
really,
proprietary shit.
Yeah, well,
USB.
The first one was proprietary USB, and then this one, I think they're just USB 3 there. So, because I remember seeing the plug-in on it, the one that plugs directly into the Xbox 360 S edition, or better. But that's where it comes into play with the whole storage space. They need to let people say, okay, if you have a 64 gig thumb drive, you can install a game to it, or if you have a 2 terabyte external hard drive with
you can install your games
eSATA or USB 3, you can install your games to it.
Yeah.
But if they're not going to do that,
I just wish
that's a jerk move.
Bigger
hard drives.
I was kind of bummed out when they announced that they were just going to have 500 gig hard drives.
I was surprised on both systems.
I was kind of surprised. I understand why they have to do it. It helps keep the cost down because a terabyte hard drive is still $100.
I know.
So. I mean...
They want that price point to be low
now,
on the
you
PS4.
can put solid-state drives in the PS4. So that's an option. You could do that, but then you're limited to 256 megabytes unless you want to go and be a crazy person and spend $500.
Be a millionaire.
You can get
gig.
I think for a 1 terabyte, a 1 terabyte solid state drive is almost $600.
Yeah,
it's unreasonable at this point.
Yeah.
But they do have hybrid drives too, though. So I mean, you can get some that have a 64 gig. I think it's 64 gig cache built into it, so it can cache what you're actively working on, and then it still has a hard drive. So it's a hybrid solid state, which is good.
That's a fantastic idea.
It is a great idea.
That's something they
and those are
really
only about
use.
$100 for a terabyte.
If they had just said, "Yeah, we're going to come out
a terabyte,"
if they just said we could come out at $500, we'll meet the price. But then we have this. We have the larger hard drive instead of the camera. I mean, they could literally say, we have a bigger hard drive without no stupid camera.
That's the thing, though. At launch, you don't want to have a bunch of SKUs for people to think about. You just want to have one SKU.
No, they should have just had the one at $500.
Yeah, but it was important for them to kick Microsoft in the mouth, though.
They're trying. They're we're going to have this.
I'm so glad they did every day because, that just made E3 amazing for me.
That was
I was just ooh.
It was a good E3 for me.
I love both of them.
I'm not a child.
That's why I'm going to buy both of them. But
I mean, truthfully, the only system that I really want is a PS4 because I'll be able to get Titanfall on my computer.
Yeah.
So I won't need an Xbox One until Halo 5 comes out, and then I
Plus, you have a regular Xbox, and Titanfall will be available for that as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, Xbox One.
Yeah, but you know which one's the best version.
The one that's going to be on my computer is going to be the best
our
version.
price
No,
point?
it's not, because
you can play
don't do that.
Titanfall on Xbox 360.
Xbox Originals going to the PC. Which version do you think's the best? I don't care. It's the Xbox.
PC version will always be superior.
It's the Xbox version.
I've never played a game that was quote unquote Xbox exclusive that wasn't on PC.
That's true. Even the Halo 2 port was better on Halo.
Agreed.
It was better on PC.
A shooter
Didn't
will always be better
how
on.
much longer though?
It was a long time.
Yeah, it was a very long time. People were like,
and that was the last.
I can wait for a better game.
So
I mean, seriously, even the port the PC port for Jade Empire was better than the PC port for every.
Unless you really want to play Forza at launch, there's not an amazing.
Dead Rising.
I mean, Dead Rising will come to PS4 eventually.
Yeah,
not Dead Rising 3 probably.
It's paid exclusive.
When did Dead Rising?
It's a timed exclusive.
When did Dead Rising come out? All right, we're talking a year or two.
I can wait a year or two to play a game that doesn't have any substantial storyline.
I bet you by next summer.
It's going to be mindless zombie slaying action with building
I bet
machines.
you by
It'll be
next
fine.
summer.
How long
Dead
did it
Rising
take
3.
Dead Rising to get to the...
That's
PS?
irrelevant.
No, I'm
That
just
was
saying, though.
that was created in a world where they were only going to make it for Xbox. But then it came to PS3.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, with time exclusive.
Yeah, it's not going to... I don't think it's going to...
clicking.
Sorry.
I can hear you clicking.
I don't think it's going to be as long as...
Well, at least
as
now that
was.
they're both using a PC architecture, at least it won't be like the
I've
debacle
heard
that
that the
was.
PS3 is way easier to...
Oh, yeah.
The PS4 is way easier than the Xbox One still
Yeah,
to
I know.
develop for.
And
Which kind of blew my
Also
mind.
because Sony
Well,
is
it's PC
really
architecture. They gave up their crap, development tools
Yeah.
and said, let's just do it like a PC. Okay.
Yeah, well,
then, bam.
that's when because they were basically like, well, we have these companies that want to make games, but they don't want to go by the strict ridiculousness of another company, so they're picking up smaller companies left and right. I mean, Xbox is doing the same thing. It's just from my perspective, Sony has always been more friendly.
No.
They definitely...
Dude, they
definitely
for their
do
platform
end up
versus the other was
No, I mean,
terrible.
I'm not talking about programming. I'm talking about interacting with the company specifically.
Oh, well,
Sony
yes.
has always been a much friendlier
Yeah.
company.
Absolutely. They're like, even though the PS3, like and the PS2 even when they both started out, they were pretty difficult to develop for.
Yeah, they were.
And Sony was right there working with people saying, "Hey, we'll throw some extra money at you and
I
help
think
you like really get this." And
that
help
wasn't
you.
for
We'll
the
send some people
PlayStation,
over.
And that's how they acquired things like Naughty Dog.
Yep.
The PlayStation 1 era, though, was harder because
Because
they're already
nobody
open.
knew what to do.
Also,
Yeah.
they were telling him, you can't make a 2D game. You have to make a 3D game. If you're not making a 2D game, we don't want it. Or if you're not making a 3D game, we don't want it. And that's kind of
I mean, that was
sucky. But
well. I mean,
Well, no, that's
there were
flat
definitely
out.
there were definitely 2D games though. I mean, Oddworld.
yeah, but they use,
Castlevania
like,
Symphony of the Night.
well, yeah, but that game was amazing. Like they would be idiots. not to
Every
put that on
every
there.
side scroller since wants to be Castlevania.
But they basically said, we're
Then
gonna
again,
take,
Castlevania wanted to be Super Metroid.
They put an emphasis on it. Like
They-
they definitely put an emphasis on a 3D game, but they were still
well, that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Like you look at what was one of the flagships of the series.
Crash Bandicoot.
I was gonna say Final Fantasy VII, and then Metal
Final
Gear
Fantasy
Solid.
VII wasn't a flagship; it was a single game. Crash Bandicoot had an entire series.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it
those
was
games,
one of-
I didn't like any of those. I was like, this
Crash
is-
Bandicoot, not a fan. Final Fantasy VII was a good selling point because it was the first Square Enix game.
In 3D.
Yeah, and also because you get the Square Enix loyalty to Sony at that point because Sony bailed them out
No, it's
really heavily.
Final Fantasy VII is a flagship game. It's not a flagship franchise, though.
It's a big
Well,
IP.
Final Fantasy is a flagship.
Or-
Yeah, it was the killer app of its time.
Well, then
I
it
mean,
is. It's a flagship.
Flagship,
thing.
flagship, franchise,
It's a flagship.
franchise.
So,
Well,
Word.
in computer terms, it would be the killer IP. You know,
so we're gonna go
killer app, whatever.
from the next gen talk to what's coming up next talk because we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up in the next few years involving superheroes, comics, and movies and TV.
Oh, they announced the
And-
release date for...
Marquise, start with the big one. Do it now. Netflix.
Oh,
Lay it down.
All right,
That's
so
not the big one.
This is the big one.
That's the small one.
No.
Netflix,
That's amazing.
Disney, and Netflix announced today that they are going to do
Shows about
a whole bunch of episodic
tertiary characters.
mini series on different heroes like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones. This will be
They're all Avengers.
over the next couple of years, and then it'll culminate with a miniseries known as The Defenders.
Cool.
This will help build up the Marvel Universe. This will tie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That means whoever the cast is Daredevil will be potentially Daredevil in the Daredevil movie. Whoever the cast is Luke Cage will probably
Do we
be
really
Luke
want
Cage.
another Daredevil movie?
Yes.
Yes, with Marvel behind it, yes.
You need to read some of the Daredevil I have. Some of the best.
I have some old Daredevil that is quite
How
good.
old? How old was
Like
it?
80s Daredevil.
That's not
80s,
right.
90s.
Yeah,
Daredevil,
Daredevil's
Brubaker,
Bendis.
Bendis,
Yeah, amazing.
Diggle, any of those guys.
I haven't read any Diggle because
I like Diggle's running, except for Shadowland. And my
Yeah,
Shadowland.
that's the reason why I haven't read any of Diggle. But anyways, go ahead, keep going. Keep going.
So yeah, over the next few years, there'll be mini series, so 13 episodes apiece, culminating again with the Defenders. It's gonna be pretty awesome. And we're getting some Iron Fist. That's huge news.
I like Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Yep.
Heroes for Hire.
Here's for Hire.
Yarp.
I gotta say, all of those characters that he just mentioned have amazing runs from the early to mid 2000s, except for Luke Cage on his own, where he was in New Avengers. But was it Matt Fraction, Iron Fist?
Yep.
Outstanding.
Bendis wrote Alias for Jessica Jones,
which was amazing. And should have been a show 10 years ago. And then you also had and they were going to make one on ABC called AKA Jessica Jones, where she was a private detective that was a superhero formerly called Jewel, trained by Captain America, had super strength, and could she fly? Did she fly?
Yeah, she could fly.
And she could fly. So it was going to happen, never happened. Instead, we just got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and nothing else. Maybe a Hulk show at some point. But
Hulk show would be cool.
Mockingbird, they're pushing Mockingbird for ABC Family.
Yep.
And Mockingbird she'll be
more like ABC Frailty.
Well, Mockingbird would be for ABC Family for the girls, and they can tie in S.H.I.E.L.D. with that.
Do not want
pass.
Mockingbird's a cool character. I'm sorry.
Now she is, I think. She wasn't.
So the big news.
What was the big news?
The big news.
Eli's like, the real news that I'm talking about.
The actual big news.
No.
Uh-huh.
Star Wars Episode 7, December 18th, 2015.
So good!
Oh.
Shooting starts next year.
2015.
Shooting starts next year, like spring of next year.
Yeah, but I was hoping for summer. I was hoping for a summer release.
The Hobbit and stuff has done really well in the winter, and
I just wanted to have that summer where it's what would it be? It would be Jurassic.
That's too much.
Jurassic World.
And that's why they're not doing.
They're doing smart. They're doing too much.
Star Wars doesn't need to be with other stuff.
Batman, Superman.
Star Wars.
If you put Star Wars in a theater, people will go.
Yeah. Disney's playing this smart.
Star Wars by itself will dictate a big season. They
don't want Avengers 2 to overshadow
other things are going to start lining up to come out near Star Wars.
I don't think
exactly.
I don't think
we're carrying all year.
Yeah.
I don't think you're thinking straight, Marquise. As good as Avengers 2 will be, it will never be overshadowed.
No, but
overshadow Star Wars.
But you know what I'm saying.
I understand they want to spread it.
They want to spread it and be a successful year,
which is a good business model.
And that's a smart move, and that's why
that's a fantastic move.
Warner Brothers need to pick up and learn from Disney.
Warner Brothers needs to go, you know what, maybe we should stop throwing our good named superheroes in the toilet.
Maybe we should stop having Bane be...
And maybe make a Wonder Woman movie.
You know what? Yeah. It really wouldn't be that hard to make a Wonder Woman movie.
It's not... See, here's the thing. Green Lantern is a simple superhero. He's very simple. He'd be good to make a movie about, and they botched it somehow. They had a lot of big names in that film, and it was awful.
Hey guys, come see my movie.
Should I just...
No.
Okay.
Too soon.
What are we doing?
Anyway.
But also, you have more news.
I'm gonna say comic book news. I'm gonna just
what you got
right now.
Throw some comic book news.
X-Force. They're taking the two X-Force books and combining them into one. There will be no more Uncanny X-Force and Cable and the X-Force. They'll just be X-Force with Cable, Psylocke, Phantom X, and Marrow.
Interesting.
Yes,
that's an interesting team composition.
Yeah, and they said they'll be the four main characters with different. With different characters coming in and alternating in as supporting characters.
Neat.
So, the new RoboCop trailer came out this week. I saw. It's still horrible.
Really?
It's better than the first teaser trailer, but it's
new RoboCop is bad RoboCop.
Thank you.
I'm still gonna go watch it. I don't care.
I'll watch it after you buy it.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I'll have to go see it. Unfortunately, it's my job to go see it.
What we talking about? Funny. RoboCop?
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Tell me what's funny.
Have you not seen RoboCop 3?
RoboCop can fly. Yeah, I know.
It's a jetpack with machine gun, but RoboCop 2 is even not that good.
Yeah.
See, here's my problem with RoboCop 2. Whoever thought, even though you're trying to create another RoboCop miracle, that a a drug lord that died in a cop shootout would ever be a great candidate for a law enforcement robot.
It could. It's true.
Wait,
That's
you
the
said
premise.
drug lord?
That's the premise of RoboCop 2. The guy's a criminal and he dies, and they use his body and brain to make the next robot. But how could you ever think that that would be a great basis for a crime enforcement?
Because he's a drug addict.
Because they were controlling him with the nuke.
Because it's different.
They were controlling him with the nuke, and that was his weakness.
Because
Nuke.
Yeah, nuke. Yeah, dude, I'm getting high with nuke.
Because it's dumb.
Because that was like the big word, nuclear.
Yeah.
Nuclear.
CW's doing a TV show for Our Man. Yeah, so Our Man's going to get
DC Comics, baby.
DC Comics is another step in TV. They should take a page again, a page from Marvel, and say, let's hook up with Amazon and make a 13-episode series. The miniseries work better than full series.
Yeah, they do.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been a miniseries.
Well, no. Let's not do miniseries. Let's do shortened seasons.
Fine, shortened seasons.
And then it's in the fall, you got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and in the spring, you've got whatever else. And then
because
for this, they could do, in the fall.
22 episodes
Amazon,
of this show
spring,
is a lot. Is a lot.
They're dragging it.
Unless
It's a good show, though. They just need to rewrite that one character.
Well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is basically meant to do this. Hey, guys, remember the Avengers? The Avengers, that really sweet movie?
They live in this universe.
Oh, they're in this universe. Do you remember the Avengers, that movie that's coming out soon with these other 3 movies that are coming out? By the way, the Avengers are part of this thing.
Hey, Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm happy that they're going to... Speaking of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's just been announced that Saffron Burrows will be playing Victoria Hand.
Who's that?
Victoria Hand in the...
Wait, did you mean the actress or the...
Both.
Okay. All right, Saffron Burrows has been in a lot of stuff, but she was one of the best Lara Croft models.
Okay.
That's the easiest way. I'll see if I can find something specific. But go ahead.
And two,
Victoria Hand.
Victoria Hand was during the whole Fear itself. No, Dark Reign. She was Norman Osborn's right hand of Hammer, and the organization that took over for S.H.I.E.L.D. during the time where Tony after the Secret Invasion of the Skrulls and stuff.
Oh, whoops.
So and she was his sidekick, and she's pretty awesome. And later she becomes the New Avengers handler for a while.
Okay.
So she becomes a cool liaison. She's got that
a cool liaison.
Shut up. Shut it.
Is that anything like?
No, she's kind of like
Amazon.
She's like a double spy, a double agent. She's evil, but we don't know how evil. And then maybe in the end she isn't evil because Captain America was like, "Listen, quit being a jerk. I'll give you a second chance."
Okay.
But actually, I was wrong.
When Captain America says that to you, you better straight up.
Exactly.
Because he's Captain America.
Saffron Burrows was actually not in the actress I thought it was. I can't remember her name, though.
Oh, no.
But Deep Blue Sea, you guys remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that movie.
She's the girl on the cover.
That's not actually in the movie?
She's in
the movie. She was a scientist.
Oh, the one that gets eaten at the end.
Yeah.
The Bank Job, she was in that. Troy, she was in that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, she's done a lot of stuff.
You got a picture?
Yeah, hold on.
I can't think of it.
Because I'm trying to see, like, if there's anything else. Oh, yeah, she was on that show. She was in the... Do you guys remember The Finder? It was on Bones. The pilot was on Bones, kind of. There's an episode of Bones where, like, we are going to Florida.
And with Michael Clark Duncan. And,
yeah. Yeah, she was in that episode of Bones where they went to that and then replaced her, and my head hurt. She was in my own worst enemy. That show with what's his face. She was on Boston Legal for a while too.
Boston Legal was a good show.
Boston Legal's an amazing show.
But it's also an amazing show, The Blacklist.
Yeah.
So,
he's gonna be great as Ultron. He's gonna be awesome as Ultron. Okay. I can't wait.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Yes, he will be awesome as Ultron, which is funny because now it's got Saffron Burrows playing Victoria Hand in this universe, and they try to hook up in the Boston Legal universe, and Eli is breaking stuff. So, any more super news?
They're working on a Wolverine sequel.
Oh yeah, they already announced Wolverine 2. The Wolverine 2.
The
Yeah.
Wolverine too.
Which will
I didn't
actually
even
be
see
Wolverine.
the Wolverine.
The Wolverine
It
was
was
a
good.
very good
It was a
movie.
good movie.
A lot of people didn't go see it because it had mostly Japanese cast to it, and that turned a lot of American audiences off. It
No,
didn't.
see, that was the
We
only
are
part of the thing
racist.
that I thought was interesting.
It was very good. It was
It's really
more
good.
practical effects than
Yeah, see,
special
that's
effects.
yeah, that's what was
I prefer
like. I thought all
practical
that was
effects.
interesting.
And you know, the thing that I liked was
I just didn't get a chance to go.
well, it's like Pacific Rim. People in America didn't go see it. The rest of the world loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
people in
this-
America were like, that's Power Rangers for grown-ups. And then the international community was like, oh my god, this movie's amazing!
Because it was.
Yeah.
Zomagir.
So, anyone got any other great things?
Lego Star Wars. Let me try. Marvel Legos got a little mini series called Maximum Overdrive. It's hilarious. I watched all 5 parts so far. Loki's there, and he's trying to overdrive the bad guys, and the superheroes gotta fight him. It's cutesy. If you like the Lego stuff,
Yeah.
and the Lego
Looks like I
movie,
like
the
the
trailer
Batman to
for the
watch.
full Lego movie came out. Lego the movie.
Yeah.
That looked amazing.
Well, it's a Chris Pratt. He's
Yeah.
a star.
Will Arnett rules as Batman.
Yeah,
he does an amazing job as Batman. So
I'm Batman.
it's pretty incredible.
I'm
Yeah.
not even using a voice. This is the Will Arnett voice.
and
I'm Batman.
And it's awesome. He just chucks batarangs. They just come out of nowhere. He's just throwing batarangs and they pile up. It's so funny.
Actually, I do want to see that. The Lego is that thing that's silly and cute and funny that will always have a spot in my heart because
They have a
Lego
great sense of
awesome.
humor. Like the people doing all that stuff have just an amazing sense of humor.
I liked the Lego. Was the Lego Superheroes 2? Or DC Superheroes 2. I just wasn't enthralled with it like you guys were because, I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Okay. All right, I don't
Lego
know, it
2
just-
was great,
It was good.
but
It just
this
felt like it was
Marvel one,
dragging.
Marvel one, crapped all over that.
It might be really good, and I'll probably play it, but I'm just not as pumped as I thought I would be for it. I do want to play it though. Don't get me wrong. Is it 4-player?
I'm not sure if it's 4-player or not.
I need to find out if it's 4-player. All right, so welcome to the finale, everyone. Looks like this team is suffering from the time change. We're all pretty tired right now because it's about an hour past when we normally finish. Marquise did not wear enough clothing and is dying.
I've been dying for a week, so don't even play that game.
Please don't spread that plague over here.
No, I took some Mucinex and this me
okay.
coughing
Cool.
the crap up.
That's still not... Anyway.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will throat punch you.
You probably would.
Yeah, and then you get like his vomit on you, and then you're sick instantly. So
I will wreck the car and kill us both.
this has gone to a really dark place.
Usually
for
that's
no
your
reason.
job.
I know.
Fables
What the
is
heck?
ending. Fables is ending at issue 150. That's an important deal.
What is?
Fables, by Bill Willingham. It's basically what Once Upon a Time is based off of.
I know. I'm familiar with what you're talking about.
So yeah,
I thought you were talking about...
He's finally bringing it to a close.
When you mentioned Fable, I thought that video game series was finally being put to rest.
No. So
No, there's
the,
actually
the comic book series is ending at issue 150.
like a re-release of the HD remake of the original Fable is coming out in
360.
December.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out like in October, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, they delayed it.
I don't know.
Boo.
All right, so let's talk about what we got coming in the pipe.
Thor.
We're gonna be talking about Thor. Some of the gang is gonna go see it on Saturday.
Saturday.
And see, I'm gonna try to get an Ender's Game review up as soon as I have time and my equipment doesn't fail.
Okay.
Chantel and I are starting to prepare for video reviews. We'll be doing our brother sisters dueling reviews and
Dueling as in, like, fighting reviews?
Possibly.
possibly. It depends on how we feel about the show. And we're currently setting up the lighting kit and stuff. And we're gonna start using the webcam on our. We're gonna start by using the webcam on our laptops and work from there.
You know what it really should evolve into is basically a combination of like a Siskel and Ebert and was it Jackass, where Bam Margera would come in and hit the dad, and like you're the dad, and she's so little, and she's just like Marquise.
Now you said that. Now when she hears this, I can't protect you. I just know you talked about her height. I can't protect you. She will hurt you.
My
She
sister
got
was
hit.
the same way.
She will break your kneecaps, and so
We give my one sister the
Wait.
worst time about her height.
Well, I'd say not Morgan, the other one.
Yeah, the other.
Summer.
Yeah, Summer.
I was gonna say like Morgan's like what 5'8", so. That's a little confused.
Yeah. No, we give Summer the hardest time about her height.
Was she like 5'1"?
No,
some
she's
change.
like 5'3" or 5'4".
My sister's way small. My sister's like 4.
She's average height.
Yeah, his sister's 4'11". It's just her family's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lisa's 5'2", so and Stace like what, an inch shorter than you because her whole family's super tall.
Yeah, which is really strange. Like, her family's like super tall people, and Stace is like average.
Yeah,
which is nice because
I think she's not. I wouldn't call her tall.
No, she's a hair shorter than me.
But she's not short by any.
No,
she's at like not too tall, but above average. Tight.
Anyway,
metrics. So
I don't use metrics. I use inches and feet.
I hate you.
It just makes
I
sense.
use inches and feet.
Yeah, I'm a Mason. Sorry, buddy.
I'm a
But
Freemason.
metrics is so much better.
It really is.
I don't know. I use eighths every day.
The metric system is so much better. It's so much easier to
I'm
understand.
American. That's why I use the standard system.
America.
So I can measure with
The
my foot.
imperial system.
Oh, I'm
So yeah, so we'll be doing
measurements.
that. And what do you guys got planned?
Steve.
What I have planned.
Aqua Team Hunger Force Go.
Oh, that's such a...
Actually, what I have planned is I'll be finishing up another part of my GMing series. I have the second segment up on the site already.
Oh, nice.
The Pokemon X review will be up as soon as I can get it and find some really good photos. And soon, I believe, I might actually put a review for Shelter up if I can choke back the tears long enough to type.
All right. Sounds good.
Tomorrow will be the BlizzCon live blog. I believe the show
Booyah.
starts at 1 p.m. Eastern. So be ready. Tune into
Sounds good.
TimeRust.com
So excited.
because I'll be live blogging.
I'm
On
actually excited to
TimeRust.com.
hear what the ideas they've scraped off the bottom of the barrel for the next Warcraft expansion. Like, we've run out of story elements.
The thing that the web address that they trademarked or something was like Lords of Draenor or something.
Ooh.
Warriors of Draenor.
Warriors of Draenor
But then they changed that. It's not that
Draenor
anymore.
was the
or something.
homeworld of the Draenei, which was
Yep.
taken over by the Burning Legion. So
Yep.
I believe it's confirmed
That
that
could be pretty cool.
Actually, I think it has to do with a drain because the series is going down it.
Actually, the series is going quite strong.
Yeah, it's still pretty strong.
They heard that you guys like mermaids because of that most recent episode of Once Upon a Time had Ariel, so the whole thing's going underwater with mermaids.
One of these years, they're going to do an underwater, like a complete underwater expansion.
See what they need. Well,
No.
well, they had that with the Throne of Tides. They just
Yeah, they
didn't
had
do
a
the
lot of
Maw,
that
the
stuff.
Maw of Madness, which was supposed to
would've
include
been
Ashara
awesome.
because she was.
That
really
would have been
heavily with the-
amazing.
I think she's going to be one of the main protagonists in the next expansion.
That would be really cool.
I was hoping for it, and they didn't.
I
deliver.
can't wait, dude. I missed BlizzCon last year. Like not having a BlizzCon was so sad in October. Like I was just like, there was a hole in my life.
Well, I wish I could say the same, but
I'm looking forward for two.
Yeah,
I'm looking to three things. I want to know when I can pick up my next expansion of StarCraft
Yep.
so I can play as the Protoss.
They're not going to tell you.
I know. I want to see more about the next Diablo 3 expansion.
They're going to show you that.
I'm pretty
and not
excited.
tell you when it comes out.
because they're jerks, and I'm looking forward to the next excuse for me to buy a Warcraft game.
And they're going to tell you about that.
I'm pretty
And they're
excited.
not going to tell you when it comes out.
It's going to be next year
It's going to cost
because they're part of Activision, and Activision requires them to crank stuff out
Annuals.
quickly.
Yeah.
It's funny because Blizzard feels
All of it
less-
will probably be next year.
Like, Blizzard's
like
really-
honestly, it'll probably all be next
See,
year,
as much-
except maybe the StarCraft.
As much as I hate Activision, I'm glad that that Blizzard is part of Activision because they require them to bring out games on a timely basis. 15 years is not an acceptable release time.
What was it? Was Sierra.
It's a different world now.
I know.
Was it Sierra got bought out by
Vivendi Games, yeah.
Well, no, Vivendi sold Sierra to Activision, and it became Activision Blizzard, and then you have your Activision, which makes Call of Duty, and then you have
makes games.
Blizzard that makes games, but now is on the Activision timetable, which is it's interesting how it all turned
good
out.
because it means that I can actually see a Blizzard game before I have children that are ready to play it.
You know what I want then? Then I want one of the major publishers to buy Steam. Not Steam, but
Valve.
And be like, make games! Well, we have this really good idea
Shut
for a Portal.
Shut up.
Games! Make them now!
Make Half-Life 3 already. Jeez.
I want Half-Life 2 Episode 3 right now.
Yes.
The cliffhanger ending that I will never see resolved.
Yeah.
I want to start mailing them C4.
Yeah.
Shaped like a big orange box.
Did you see, we can't talk about it here, but did you see we can't go into too much, but the Control-Delete thing with the Steam box, and the guy has his thumbs in the portals. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we're just going to leave it on that image. I broke Steve. All right, thanks for checking us out. That's thank you, number 2. And go to timerust.com whenever you can, because guess what? We got content. All right, let's wrap it up. Eli.
Do stuff.
Play more games.
Buy more comics.
Check us out on youtube.com/timerust.
Tiny Death Star.